So what God did is when you came along, the Lord took you. This is you. See your little face here, your little smile. And God dug himself a hole down by the river. And he said, little Hindu girl, I'm going to plant you right here. Hallelujah. Amen. And then you that came out of the wicked lifestyle, maybe you're an ex-prostitute or an ex-pervert. Don't raise your hand. And you're an ex-something. Amen. And the world gave up on you a long time ago, but not your mama. She prayed for you every day. God save that old wretched kid. That idiot, save him, Lord, save him. And the Lord saved you, and he dug a place for you. And he planted you. Hallelujah, hallelujah. You are not an accident, you are a design. You are not a mistake. You are not casual. You have been planted by the river by God Almighty. Amen. Now, here's what happens. I'll move this because I realize June told me today that the older you get, the shorter you get. And I appreciate June blessing me that way. But now, here's the productivity. I got to hurry. I see people going, how long does he go?
Preach it, brother.
Roscoe, I wish you wouldn't get hurt and sick. I'm praying for your healing because you're a good preacher to help. Poor man hurts all the time, but he come in here and help me aggravate you. And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water that brings forth his fruit. You do not have to do anything to bring forth fruit. You know it? Quit working yourself to death to receive. Just get your root system right, and it'll happen automatically. Amen? All of a sudden, your limbs will start to sprout little bitty buds all over your little limbs. You'll wonder what's happening to you. I got Holy Ghost measles or something. I never had this happen to me before. People want me to pray for them, talk to them, visit them. What's going on? I'm meeting sinners asking me questions. I'm getting to bring people to church. I never thought I'd ever have that opportunity. What in the world's going on? I never dreamed this would happen to me. Well, wake up, child of God. You got your roots in the right place, and now you're going to produce some fruit. Amen. Hallelujah. I had to show a house the other day. This lady, she's from the north, and she wanted fruit trees or something. She made a big deal about, I got to have some trees. I don't know, this house had no trees. And I finally took her to the backyard, and I don't know much about trees. I can tell a citrus tree, but I don't know if it's tangerine and navel orange or one of your weird grapefruits. I don't got a clue. So I'm looking out there. I'm desperate. I'm praying, God, if there be not a tree, maketh a tree. And came to a stick. I mean, it was a stick. It was a stick that had like 7 or 8 little sticks coming off of it. And there was a red flower on it. And I walked over to it. I didn't know what it was, but I know when I see a flower coming off a stick, that's a fruit tree. I said, here, ma'am, we have us a fruit tree. She said, what kind is it? I said, a fruit tree. The kind that bringeth forth fruit. Amen? You know how I knew? Because it had a bud on it. Amen? Any dummy can figure that out. Duh. When people are around you and you start blossoming, are you here? And you will, if your root is planted by the water, you will start blossoming. And when you do, people will go, hey, fruit tree. Now your fruit. In your season. Because your season is different than my season. If we all bloomed at the same time and we all produced the same kind of fruit, we would have just one kind of church. Right? But I need, first of all, to have a great church, I need idiots. God has been so good to us. I need people with money. I do. I can't have ministry without money. I need talented people that can do things. Sing, play, dance. Amen? I need teachers, workers, helpers. Amen? I got to have all kinds of fruit to make a good tree. If I don't have variety of fruit, I don't have a good tree. But oh, thank God, the Lord provides all. And your fruit you bring is different than the fruit I bring. But thank God we bring it for the glory of God. Amen. I wish you could have met my dad, Ben. He was an interesting fellow. He planted an apple tree and he grafted other kinds of apple trees onto the main trunk of this tree. Who knows what the original was? But he had red apples, white apples, 5 different kinds of apples he made grow out of that one root system. And every time there would be fruit on the tree, it looked like a Christmas tree. It had all kinds of fruit on it. And every time somebody had come, my dad would take him to this tree because he was extremely proud of it. It was a routine. I knew if we had a visitor, I'd just go stand with the tree because that's where they're eventually coming. I just stand there and listen to Dad tell the same story. Look at my tree. My tree has 5 different kinds of apples on it. And people were always amazed by that. 5 kinds? Yep, 5 kinds. Amen? That's a good tree. I mean, it's nice to have an apple tree that's got 1 kind, but my goodness, 5 kinds? I want a church, thank God by His divine grace. I want a church that's got every kind. Every kind. I don't want any kind to be not here. I want every kind because you're all going to produce in due season. Amen. All right, I got to quit, I know. Watch this. See, this is a very good sign. I want to talk about your prosperity now. The leaf also shall not wither. You become an evergreen for God. Amen. Amen. You don't just get hot or cold. But that's what we're used to. We'll get hot for a while. And then not come to church for 6 months. Hallelujah. But whatsoever he doeth, he shall prosper.
Amen.
Amen.
Hallelujah. Glory to God.